South Africa is a country that seems designed to defy expectations. It's a land where the facts, once you dig into them, sound more like the setup to a riddle than reality. For instance, most people assume a country has one capital city. South Africa has three. Ask someone where the two oceans meet, and they'll likely point to a dramatic, stormy cape. The actual meeting point is a quiet, unassuming beach that most tourists miss. This is a nation that humbles assumptions at every turn. To understand South Africa, you first have to understand its scale. It occupies the southern tip of a continent that is massive, a landmass so vast it could swallow 3 United States whole. Packed into this southern end is a collection of geography, biology, and history so extreme that it often sounds impossible until you look it up. Take the capital cities. When the Union of South Africa was formed in 1910, the nation was being stitched together from 4 rival British colonies: the Cape Colony, Natal, the Transvaal, and the Orange River Colony. Each was proud and powerful, and each wanted the new capital. The Cape pushed for Cape Town with its established parliament. The Transvaal championed Pretoria, its administrative hub. The Orange River Colony argued for Bloemfontein, home to its highest courts. The debate was so fierce that it threatened to derail the Union entirely. So, a compromise was struck, a political solution as elegant as it was pragmatic. Instead of one capital, they would have 3. Power was divided so no single region could dominate. Today, this arrangement remains a defining feature of the country. Pretoria is the administrative capital, where the Union buildings house the office of the president and the executive branch makes its daily decisions. It's a city of jacaranda trees that bloom in spectacular purple, but its function is pure governance. Cape Town is the legislative capital, home to the parliament where the nation's laws are debated and passed. It's the city that draws the world's attention, combining its iconic Table Mountain with the crucial work of lawmaking. Bloemfontein, the judicial capital, is the quieter, more central heart of the nation's legal identity. It is the seat of the Supreme Court of Appeal, the highest court in most matters. This division of power is not just a trivia fact. It is a living, working balance that honors the country's complex past. And then there is the ocean. Ask a traveler, and they will tell you the Indian and Atlantic Oceans crash together in a dramatic spectacle at the Cape of Good Hope. They would be wrong. The actual place where these 2 great bodies of water officially meet is Cape Agulhas, the southernmost tip of Africa, about 150 kilometers to the southeast. It's a far less dramatic spot, a rocky, windswept beach marked by a simple plaque. This is where the warm, fast-flowing Agulhas current of the Indian Ocean meets the cold, nutrient-rich Benguela current of the Atlantic. The official dividing line is set by the International Hydrographic Organization at the meridian of 20 degrees east, which runs from Cape Agulhas straight down to Antarctica. While the tourist shops sell 2 ocean souvenirs at Cape Point, the true, quiet meeting of giants happens at Agulhas. A fact that just goes to show South Africa's most dramatic truths are often hidden in plain sight. The extremes don't stop at the coastline. Venture inland, and you are confronted by the Drakensberg Mountains, known as the Dragon Mountains. This is southern Africa's most significant mountain range, a semicircular border that separates KwaZulu-Natal from the mountain kingdom of Lesotho. This is one of the world's oldest centers of plant endemism, a fragile alpine world where temperatures can swing from -8 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius, and snow is a regular winter visitor. The range is the source of the Tugela River, which plunges nearly 2,000 meters over the Monte Uxors Plateau in a series of falls that rival the world's highest. It also gives rise to the Orange River, South Africa's longest waterway, which carves a path across the arid interior before finally emptying into the Atlantic. Beyond its spectacular geology, the Drakensberg is a profound cultural archive, home to thousands of ancient sand rock paintings that offer a window into a spiritual world that has endured for millennia. On the other side of the spectrum, literally, is the Highveld. This is a high-altitude grassland that sits on a landlocked plateau, home to the economic heartland of Gauteng province. This ecosystem, defined by its elevation, up to 1,800 meters, dry, cold winters, and summer thunderstorms, performs a vital, invisible function. It stores and purifies water for a massive population. Yet, despite the presence of endangered species like the blue crane, the national bird, less than 2% of South Africa's grasslands are formally conserved. The Highveld is a landscape under immense pressure from agriculture, industry, and the mining that makes the region so wealthy. Speaking of mining, it's impossible to ignore the literal weight of South Africa's geological history. Beneath the surface lies the Bushveld complex, a staggering geological formation that is the world's largest repository of platinum group metals. This single formation holds the majority of the world's platinum, but it's locked in a geological paradox. These vast platinum reefs were formed by multiple pulses of magma, which should have left behind clear feeder, channels, or dikes for scientists to find. Yet, after over a century of intensive mining and research, no such feeder conduits have ever been discovered. The Earth swallowed the evidence of its own creation, leaving behind a mystery that continues to baffle geologists. This is the one fact that will permanently change how you see the ground beneath your feet. The very wealth of the nation sits atop a geological enigma. So, how do you really know South Africa? If you thought you knew it as a country with a single capital or a single point where oceans meet, you are only scraping the surface. It is a place of 3 capitals, 2 oceans that meet on a quiet beach, mountains that hold the secrets of ancient people, and underground worlds that hold the wealth of nations and the mysteries of planetary formation. South Africa doesn't just have a story. It is a collection of impossible facts that are all undeniably true.